So here's my compost. It was a little bit wet, but I added wood chips and I added some cardboard. I could break it down further, but it already is collecting some moisture. Moisture kind of collects at the top of the lid, then it almost kind of rains down from the lid onto the compost, just from the heat created. So it's in way better shape. I had some pests that were inside of here due to the moisture, but as far as I can tell, they all disappeared after I added the wood chips and cardboard. I even have some reserves in the back that I have not torn up yet, but it's really easy. And I also have some brown paper sacks. So I'm doing better on brown materials. I also have some branches that I pruned, months ago. And they're getting pretty brittle, so I could put those in here as well. But the smaller the piece, the better. Put that back in the sack. I was going to take the materials back to, I guess, the dump. I'll show you the brown sacks. So here's one of my yard waste sacks. You can take them to the local dump and dispose of them there, but I'm trying to keep things on site and not add to the landfill would be a more appropriate word. So you can see that they're already getting more brittle, which is good. They are several months old from the summer, but some of them are not as easy to break down. There you go. I guess toss that in the compost bin, and hopefully by spring all my compost will be finished. I guess it's probably cold compost due to the winter temperatures, but there's a lot of decomposition already happening. With leaves in here, they're already really brittle, so I think it'll make a pretty good compost. And if I have to let it heat up or do whatever I have to do to make it fully finished, I'm willing to wait. So here is an example of some pruning I did. These do have seeds, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to deal with that. These are Texas red yucca seeds, and they germinate pretty well out here. They're small and they're black, kind of a triangular shape, or almost an orange slice type of shape. Hopefully you can kind of see it. So I'd have to make this hot enough, moist enough for these seeds to germinate within the compost and not after I put the compost out to the yard. So the more I can break it down, the better. There's leaves. Actually, there's a possible seeds from the Vitex, so may have spread it out. Maybe I composted for a long time. I'll find some way to deal with it. And the branches are getting brittle, so this would be a brown material versus kind of a green material. This one's a little bit fresher, but some of these are possibly months old, and they've just been baking in the sun, which works. Houseplant leaf, pothos, but it's still pretty fresh. Some weeds, but they did not go to seed, so I don't feel bad about them. And they almost crumble up to nothing, so that'll be a fine material.